quite a bit about being prepared to ask a question about suicide. If you have any concerns about your child and their behaviors, anything seems different than it has been before, whether or not they're in treatment or you've ever talked with someone who is able to treat and diagnose mental illness, it's always okay to think something's different about what's going on with my child. I'm going to sit and I'm going to talk with them. I'm going to ask them if anything's going on, and then I'm going to ask specifically at some point, have they thought about death? Have they thought about suicide? The second piece of that is being able to ask the words, which sometimes people need to practice because those are very hard words to ask, particularly to a young child. But the second piece of that is being prepared to respond to the answer, because if you can't hear a yes, then you shouldn't necessarily be the one to ask the question. There are many of us who are willing to do that for you. A lot of times when people ask hard questions, we don't just ask them, we try to make it easier or softer. So we'll say, you're not thinking of hurting yourself, are you? And the clear answer from a child perspective to that is no. Like if you ask a question in that way, you're more likely to get a no response than a truthful response. So literally practicing and being prepared to ask, are you thinking of suicide? So if my child says yes, then I'm prepared to ask them, how might they try to do that? Have they made a plan? Do they know how they would engage in that plan? And then knowing the resources in their community. So if this is a young person, they should go ahead and know Family Service and Guidance Center, be able to give a phone number to call the crisis department. Any sort of change in mood, particularly a strong shift one way or the other that seems pretty sudden, the discontinuing of certain activities or behaviors that they used to enjoy and they no longer engage in them, changes in peer groups or withdrawal from peer groups or family, giving away of belongings. There's a wide variety, but those are some of the top ones. And then actually just talking about it, talking about hopelessness or helplessness or death, drawing about it if it's a young person, writing about it, telling friends about it. If you are developmentally not quite capable of managing all the affect that you have to deal with day to day, that's something that we can help with. That's something that you should seek help for, because not everybody is wired the same way. Not everybody is capable of handling what they get day to day. And a lot of kids are okay with that. Many, though, are not, particularly in a world that can be very, very stressful for young people.